So I'm going to show you again how to see through the cosmic illusions of the revelation beast LeBron James. Let's talk about this clip here from yesterday's episode of First Take, featuring Stephen A. Smith claiming he's not ready yet in regards to Bronny James playing in the NBA. And as per usual, this phrase, he's not ready yet, is another hidden geometrical ritual for Bronny James's dad, LeBron James, the revelation beast. I'm going to show you how to perceive beyond the veil. Notice in gematria, which is geometry in language, the phrase he's not ready yet has the geometrical patterns of 184 and 1104, which are two key geometrical patterns that have come up many times in regards to LeBron James. And that's because the phrase shot for LeBron and human beings both have the geometrical patterns of 184 and 1104. And that's because human beings are being for LeBron James, which is why in gematria his full name LeBron Raymond James adds up to the number of the beast. The same as the phrase shot for LeBron James also adds up to the number of the beast. And if you want an example of this, please come to my website introspectiveideas.com and read the blog post Nipsey Hussle and the revelation beast LeBron James. Nipsey Hussle being an example of a human being that was for LeBron James. Let's pierce the veil even more and listen to what Stephen A. Smith also had to say about Bronny James.
Let's get high, yeah, you know I'm about to roll. Please, yeah, you know I gotta pull. Let's live life, live once I'm about to turn up. Get fly, oh for sure it's about to go up. Let's get high, yeah, you know I'm about to roll. Please, yeah, you know I gotta pull. Let's live life, live once I'm about to turn up. Get fly, oh for sure it's about to go up.
Alright, now y'all seen the intro. Welcome back to the channel. Yeah, so we're back on LeBron. Pause. It's important that we get these messages out here. That's why it's important that you guys hit that comment section and that thumb button. Anyways, Bronny. What he survived as a young one, his high school stats, his college stats, his transition to the D League and the NBA. We got to talk about it. What the gentleman in the beginning of the clip was speaking of is he's speaking about numbers and how a sports commentator named Stephen A. Smith said that he said LeBron's son isn't ready. That statement at surface level might say, hey, he's not ready for the NBA, the league. But when you speak the way they speak, it could have meant that he's not ready to advance and be within the group. That same group that allegedly LeBron's in and a lot of these other people that are of high ranking, so to speak, within their line of work. Do I think it was that? For sure. We're going to do a quick breakdown of the situation from start to finish, but I want you guys to key in on the dude when he breaks down the numbers. I did a CERN video, and it's about numbers. To really sit here and think to sit here and think how calculated these people move based off numbers and what numbers can represent and how long these numbers have been representing these things, it'll make you think. It'll really make you think. But like I always say, I feel like we are still in those ancient Greek times, but just updated technology. We still got court gestures. We still got the entertainment in the arenas, literally. Are you not entertained? Let's get to the content.
Listen, I got to weigh in on this Stephen A. Smith versus LeBron James controversy. In case you missed it, LeBron basically accosted Stephen A. at the Lakers game and said, "Keep my son's name out of your mouth, punk." Because Stephen A. was criticizing Bronny and saying LeBron's sensitive and really pointing out what a disaster Bronny has been his first year in the league. Now, I am one of the more neutral guys you're going to find on LeBron. I call it both ways. One of the all-time greats. Definitely not better than Jordan. One of the most sensitive babies we've ever seen in sports. By all accounts, great family man, great dad. But this is one of the most ridiculous controversies in the history of civilization. LeBron doesn't want Stephen A. or people or the media talking about Bronny, who is a professional basketball player on one of the most storied franchises in the league, number 2 only to the Celtics. What are we talking about here? Now, I know LeBron, when Bronny was 14, he said, one of my big regrets was naming him LeBron Jr. because I don't want him to have the pressure of living up to me. Who could? And then he forces the Lakers to draft this kid in the NBA before he's ready. He didn't even start at USC. Couldn't even get playing time at USC. Ineffective at USC. Now, he overcomes a heart tragedy. Thank God that we're all happy he did that. And Bronny, by all accounts, seems like a good dude.
Ain't it funny how a lot of people always got to include, when they talk about Bronny, that heart thing he overcame? And that's going to lead to one of my next uploads, is a lot of these people that had situations with their firstborn. And these are really, 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 really famous people, like A-list actors, down to Anna Nicole. Anyways, the dude said a few things in that clip, and what stood out the most to me is the part about the heart, but next was Bronny's existence with the USC organization. How are you not good enough to start collegiate, but you get inserted to the league higher than that, the NBA? And that leads me to my next statement. This is why LeBron is going to have to pay up. Period. He's going to have to pay up. These people pull strings for you. LeBron was damn near the coach for real, for real. If you have enough power to bring your son, who probably should have stayed in college, but you got enough power to bring him up to the league just so A, he can be in the league, B, you can also be on the same team as your son, C, get him some nice income, you're going to have to pay up. You're not going to walk away unscathed. Now, this big thing, the big turmoil is Stephen A. saying Bronny was not ready. And I took it 2 ways, because if you know how they speak, you know how they speak. They have a general public version, then they have a version for their club. LeBron's mad because Stephen A. was speaking to them. He's not ready to be in the brotherhood. He's not ready to be in whatever club they have for their elite or whatever. He's not ready. But he's not ready to be at that level of playing either. You got to really put this stuff in perspective.
And I feel awful. I tweet my heart aches for Bronny James. To have to live up to your dad, which is almost impossible, to have your name LeBron James Jr., even though your dad says he regrets it. And your dad forces this dog and pony show for you two to be the first father-son in the NBA, even though you don't belong to be there. Everyone knows you don't belong to be there. You're having one of the worst statistical seasons in the history of any NBA player ever. Now, one day he could get in the league, but he's only there now as a make-a-wish to LeBron, to keep LeBron happy. He's in a big boy league playing against big boy players, and he stinks. He stinks. And LeBron doesn't want the media to talk about it? He's going to go up to people and get in their face? What are we doing here? And I try to give LeBron the benefit of the doubt. But if you don't want the media talking about how your son is overmatched and it looks like a make-a-wish, and how helpless he is in this big boy league against paid professionals, then don't force him to go onto the team. Let him be in the G League forever. Let him stay in college. Let him earn it. But you put it, poor Bronny, again, Bronny, honestly, I've never heard one thing I didn't like. Seems like he's got a great head on his shoulders. That's credit to LeBron. But to put him in this situation, it's that ego on LeBron Sr.
I think it's deeper than this. I really do. I think LeBron wants the same thing for his lineage that he had for himself. There's nothing wrong with wanting great for your family, But to put them on certain stages that they're not ready for is another thing, period. But to also address professional commentators that comment on professional sports, that's a whole different thing. But I really feel like he was so sensitive about that because that's his lineage, that's the brand, and he also wants his son in that club too. That's just how I feel. Now we're going to get back to the guy, and he's going to break down the symbolism behind the numbers. Watch with an open mind. Everything in his videos alleged. If you're still here, let me know you're still here. Let's get to the clip.
Listen up.
In 13 games, he has played 44 minutes.
You hear that? So we just heard Stephen A. Smith say that across 13 games, Bronny James has played a combined 44 minutes. Now, why is that important? That's because in gematria, the word shooting has the geometrical pattern of 44, which is why Bronny James has played a combined 44 minutes across all his games currently in the NBA. And we got Stephen A. Smith describing him saying that he's not ready yet. He's not ready yet has the geometrical patterns of 184 and 1104, the same as shot for LeBron and human beings. Bron James is always orchestrating his agenda in secret, which is why he creates veils. And I'm showing you how to see beyond the veil. Because LeBron James has always constantly tried to stop humanity from perceiving him for who he really is. Which is why the word illusion has the geometrical pattern of the beast, the same as the word humanity has the geometrical pattern of the beast. The same as basketball game has the geometrical pattern of the beast. And it's the basketball game that Bronny James's dad LeBron is utilizing to manifest human beings getting shot and killed for him. And it's your human paradigm, your humanity that exists within the veil, within the illusion, believing that this is just harmless entertainment.
We're going to end it right there because bro gets to talking about LeBron and Nipsey and all this stuff, and I'm not sure how I feel about that, although I do support part of his clip. I just don't know if I could take it as far as to say that by these numbers LeBron had some dealings, and to have Bron come to LA they had to do this, and I don't support that part. I really don't. It is really important that you use your own discernment in situations like this, because you definitely have to watch with an open mind. And it's so easy to be rocked to sleep. Real talk. But I feel like this whole situation was deeper than just that surface level statement of he's not ready yet. I felt like that applied to two different realms. Period. If you've made it to this point, say I've made it. Thank you guys for rocking out. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section. Good or bad, it helps the algorithm. I'll see you there. I'm out. Peace.